Greetings viewers and welcome back to my channel where gaming and anime is my specialty. Today we are back with another episode for our random battle matchup series. However, I had made the decision to change the name, or actually give it an official name, and I decided the official name should be JoJo's Bizarre Battles, or just Bizarre Battles, because why not? So this video, as you see by the title, is it owns the name Bizarre for a reason. So we're doing Coco Jumbo, you know, the little turtle stand boy from part 5, versus Ultimate Lifeform Cars. You know, the one that was immortal, conquered the sun, and is, you know, floating away in space, not being able to process thoughts. Yeah, we're doing a battle against against these two. This video was suggested as a video suggestion by none other than the Super Guy Boy Show. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. It would be kind of hard to mispronounce it. But yeah, so this one's for you. Why you want to see a turtle fight the ultimate life form, I don't know. But, you know, it's bizarre. And that's what these battles are for. So here you go, man. Yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first, let's start off with our boy Cars. So, as you know, Cars, he's the Pillar Man. He's one of the main villains of Part 2. I guess you could say he's the main villain. So, ability-wise, as the Ultimate Life Form, he still managed to keep all of his previous abilities when he was just a Pillar Man. Such as, you know, his enhanced strength, superhuman senses, agility, stamina, all that stuff. All the stuff that he had. And including body manipulation and his light mode, which, as you will recall, was just the blades that came out of his forearm, which had tiny little other blades spinning very fast, acting as a chainsaw. And he managed to retain all those abilities once becoming the Ultimate Life Form. Becoming the Ultimate Life Form, Cars achieved his goal by becoming immortal and conquering the sun. And thus becoming the Ultimate Life Form, he acquired some new abilities and skills that he did not have while he was a Pillar Man. So basically, all the superhuman abilities he had went even beyond that of a Pillar Man once he became the Ultimate Life Form. So even for a Pillar Man degree, he has superhuman abilities now. That's the way I think of it. He also has further regeneration abilities and complete immortality. Body manipulation, he has that, but much more vast. So his body now contains the DNA of every organism ever to walk the earth, and he can manipulate his entire body on a cellular level to gain the traits of any life form that he wants, such as, the most notably, his bird-like wings that made him be able to fly. He can also detach parts of his body and transform them into separate organisms that act freely upon his own will. A major example of this was when he turned his hand into a flesh-eating squirrel and sent it off to run amok. The major thing for me that I really enjoy that he managed to gain while becoming an Ultimate Life Form was that he learned the Hamon technique, or the Ripple technique. And it makes sense too, because it makes perfect sense. He became the Ultimate Life Form and he conquered the sun. He can walk and bask in all of its vitamin D glory. And with that, he managed to conquer Hamon. He is able to use the Hamon technique, but it was also shown to be hundreds of times more stronger than Joseph's. And according to Stroheim, Cars' Hamon seemed to be comparable to the intensity and heat that of the sun itself. So this man is basically going around breathing sun energy, which was very cool. So that's all for Cars, Ultimate Life Form. I don't think I have to stress just how OP he is. Anyway, but yeah, that's all for Cars. Now let's move on to Coco Jumbo. Coco Jumbo, our lovely turtle friend from Part 5. It's simple. He's really simple. He's a turtle. He has a stand. Not much to go on. So I'm just gonna go talk about his stand ability. So Coco Jumbo's stand is named Mr. President, and it is basically a phenomena type ability, which grants anyone who has this key and inserts it into the slot on Coco Jumbo's back, they're able to access a room, a hidden type room, almost similar to that of burning down the house, and it resembles that of a hotel room containing several pieces of comfortable furniture, a functioning television, and a refrigerator holding a bunch of refreshing drinks. And basically, to enter the room, one has to put a hand on the key, and then they sink inside Coco Jumbo and find themselves within the room. And to exit the room, they just have to raise an arm to the air, and then they exit the turtle. Also to note, if someone removes the key from the shell's slot, anyone with inside the room will be forcefully ejected. Yeah, that's all for Coco Jumbo's Mr. President, and that's all for Ultimate Life from Cars. Now let's get for the main event, where we get to see a turtle fight cars. Let's get into it. Now, this battle definitely taps into the bizarre aspects of these fights that I make, but I actually did take the time to think about this and wonder what would happen if Cars was to encounter Coco Jumbo. As we saw in part 2, Cars was very underhanded and dishonorable. He would do anything he needed to do to obtain his goals, and he would hurt anyone who got in his way. But humans, just normal humans, like human race to Cars, were nothing more than just ants. You know, you wouldn't bother them per se, in my opinion. However, you didn't have any high opinions onto him. However, it was shown that he had a certain respect for nature and animals. As shown was when he caused a drunk driver to get into an accident and die because he nearly ran over a puppy. Also, he did you know how he did the whole punch and the whole ping pong thing just to avoid falling on a flower? He did that thing too. So it was shown that Cars did enjoy nature and animals, and he was willing to respect them. However, that's not to say that animals or nature would be above his goals. His goals would always come first. But with that in mind, it was shown that he enjoyed nature and animals. It was shown that he was a very, outdoorsy person, I guess you could say. And with that in mind, I would think that Coco Jumbo, being an animal and being a part of nature, I would think that he would have no reason to kill him. If they were to get into a battle, he would not harm him at all. He would just respect him as an animal that he is and go about his business. The only reason I feel that he would try and harm Coco Jumbo would if he somehow gets in his way. Which, the only reason Coco Jumbo does anything is if he's dragged or brought upon him. He's just a turtle. He's a turtle, man, living his life, doing his thing, going around, eating food and taking naps. I don't know what turtles do, but he's living his best turtle life. So there's no really reason that Cars would have to kill or harm Coco Jumbo at all, really, in my opinion. One more thing I want to talk about before I end the video is which I would want to have in real life, or which one would be best to have. I think that the Ultimate Life Form is a very unique idea. I would be up for it, like being able to manipulate my body and tap in the DNA of the natures and be able to fly and stuff. But simply because of immortality, that makes me say no. I can get the whole spiel about immortality, but I'm not going to. But just the idea of being immortal and having to live forever and ever. Well, we saw what that happened to Cars. He eventually stopped thinking, So yeah, I would take Mr. President. I wouldn't mind having a little slot in like my back or something, and I can just, put a key in there or something. I don't know. Imagine if a human had Mr. President. That would be pretty cool. Maybe like a slot in their arm or something like that, and they can do that. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I would probably have Mr. President instead of being the Ultimate Life Form. Yep. But yeah, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.